Um, Butch Cassidy here. So, as you guys probably can tell, this is different. I don't normally stream IRL. I normally stream when I'm gaming on YouTube on my channel, Butch Cassidy. Currently, though, this is a little different. So, the reason why I'm streaming IRL is because I'm here to explain and basically let you guys know why I haven't been making content for a while. There's been a lot of stuff going on, and it's been very distracting for me making my gaming content. And I'm sorry it's been like interrupting that few months, but like, oh, hang on, I'm lagging. Let's turn this down. Hang on. Oh, I thought we had this set up. Oh well, gonna have to deal with it. Anyway, so few weeks and months that has been getting in the way of me making content. Basically tell you guys what's been going on, what's been happening, and give you the gist of it. So, to start off, let's see. I was working on getting my motorcycle rider's permit. So I'm working on getting my first vehicle, a motorcycle, and I was working on getting the permit. I did a course in a class, which is like 6 hours of online, course stuff. So a course that was online for about 6 hours of that. And then about 2 days, and in total 10 hours of like active riding on actual motorcycles and learning maneuvers and I don't know, like, oh, my the tracking on my gimbal just kicked in. Okay, that's weird. Oh, we'll do it like this then. Okay. I don't know why the tracking came in, but we'll go with it. Anyway, so basically what happened was with basically I'm working on getting a motorcycle, and I ended up doing the course. 6 hours of an online course and about 10 hours of active training from like learning counter steering and stopping and working the clutch and a bunch of stuff we worked on within 2 days. So after that, I got like a piece of paper that is going to help me through getting the motorcycle. Because currently I'm working on my permit. So this course, basically the papers I got from it, so that what was it? So that way I don't have to take the driving portion, take the written test, and I give them the papers at the DMV of the driving, some paperwork and a photo for ID, I believe, or something. And then after that, it's going to be getting insurance and financing the bike. However, I was like peak knowledge at this stuff when it started, and I was doing so good, and I was on such a roll. Another thing that's been stopping me from making content lately and has been making it hard to continue is recently my father had just passed at age 41 to liver and pancreatic cancer. And you guys don't have to feel sorry about it, but like, it's definitely been a struggle for me because I love my father and I'm gonna miss him a lot. There's gonna be, I don't know, it's a lot to comprehend, and it's a lot to think about and manage, and it's very emotional and mental stuff. Essentially, my father passed from liver and pancreatic cancer. One, and that has taken a major toll on me. I may not seem like I'm in like a lot of pain mentally and emotionally about how my father went out, and I'm just absolutely crushed. And I know it does not look like that right now, but trust me when I say that. Yeah, so as I was saying, peak of the knowledge at the motorcycle stuff with like the tests and all that stuff. Well, I was at the peak of all that, and then my dad had passed in the middle of that. So now when I do practice tests for the motorcycle permit, I just get very distracted. Very, like, if I get an answer wrong or if I get too many wrong, I get either very frustrated or very emotional. And it's kind of hard to comprehend and like go over and like juggle getting a motorcycle permit right after your dad died. Like, it's a lot, and it's definitely struck me down a bit. It stopped me and that knowledge I had at peak. It's definitely made me lose a lot of that. I'm gaining it slowly, and I'm trying to gain composure, and I'm trying to get these tests going. But at the moment, I'm just so distracted, which might also be another reason why I haven't been making content as much this often. So, yeah. So, in general, basically my father died, and I'm working on getting a license for my first vehicle. So there's been a lot going on. There's probably some other stuff that I'm not remembering. There's been a lot going on. Yeah, it's just tough. And I'm just contemplating like what I should do for my dad passing, or so bottled up, and I'm just waiting for that one moment where I'm gonna snap and absolutely lose it and just like have that emotional breakdown and like have that bottled up emotion straight up explode. Like, I don't know. Like, I have a mix of like anger and sadness and depression, which is not easy to control with bipolar disorder. But anyway, like, it's just a lot to keep in check. Like, when I was visiting my dad the day he was dying, like the day he died, he was in bed, and I believe he died the night before. I mean, he was still alive for a while. Nurses took his vitals and stuff, and he was still alive for a while, but he was completely unconscious of what was going on around him. He was um he was snoring like he was taking a nap or something, and he ended up doing that for the rest of the day till his heart stopped. And like there would be there would be moments where his body would move, but it wasn't him moving. It was like a part of his heart stopping and like jumping back in, and like his breathing and his blood flow all at once, causing his body to like flinch like that. And so like we'd be holding his hands or something, and he'd like move, and we were like, was that him? And we were like, oh no, it's just him slowly dying. That was one of the reactions of his cause of death. Anyways, that entire day he was dying, I just watched him in bed, and the hard part about it was I was watching him die, and all of like friends, family I haven't seen in a long time, family from across the area, like far away, a few hours at least. Family, friends, people I didn't even know at the time had come over to see and watch my dad pass and be with him before he took his final breath. And the hard part with that was like I spent all my time trying to comfort other people and make other people feel good and like try and keep them happy and keep their hopes up. and not be like, they had the right to be upset. Like, my dad's dying, they were great friends or relatives, but I was like trying to comfort everyone, and I was trying to stay happy and try to keep others happy. It became watching everyone else grieve and can like kind of watch everyone else grieve, comfort them, and for me, uh like, zero time to grieve. I may have cried like 2 or 3 times there, and that sounds bad because I cried hard and I cried good. Like, when I was there, a few days ago while he was still living, he was in a hospital bed. I like walked out and was like having like a small panic attack because I've never I've never lost a family member like my father. I was I wasn't always around in two because my mom was divorced when I was a kid with my father, and not because they didn't like each other, just because they decided they were better off as friends. That's why they divorced. So I wasn't always around my father. I had to take like several hour trips to go visit him and see him and hang out with him. So I was there. I was there and I just had like this panic attack that I couldn't stop. Like, I was hyperventilating, and so controlling that breathing was extremely difficult. I've never experienced anything like that. It happened like twice. And other times when I cry and I get really deep into the emotion of what happened and think really hard about my dad, that does happen as I have a small panic attack and I start hyperventilating. And it's just a lot to take in because that has never happened to me. And when it starts happening, it's like hyperventilating and like trying to stop. But every time you try to think, oh, I gotta stop hyperventilating, then I think of my father and it picks back up again, and so I start hyperventilating and I try to stop again, and it's just like this non-stop cycle of, I need to stop breathing as fast, but I can't stop thinking of my father, which is the cause of making content, posting content behind this. As far as I know, more content and again her stopped, and that's one of the reasons what's been going on. And I just kind of took a permit. But yeah, the stream for you guys was could be a few weeks. I haven't been posting content. Just to other myself with mental and emotional. I don't know if anyone caught